Our next talk is titled Life and Times with a German Immigrant. Jill Wolters is secretly crafty, and you can define crafty however way you want. She's a longtime employee at CSU since 1999. She commutes by bicycle to her tech day job. During off hours, she explores her creative side and love of the great outdoors. Welcome, Jill.
Hi, mine is a love story. This is about the life and times with a German immigrant. I'll tell you about how we met and about our long-distance relationship and some German stereotypes along the way that failed and some that rang true with me. This is the Panama Canal where we met on a geek cruise, and the geeks hang out together and go to classes, eat dinner, and socialize, and that's where I met Jochen. And we had a lot of fun times together, and it turns out he was German. I couldn't tell by the way he talked because he didn't have that German accent that you think of. Turns out he's born and raised in Germany and was living there at the time that we met, and he had been to the U.S. many times, and San Francisco's his favorite city. In fact, we met up a few months later for Macworld there. And then later on, we went on our first cruise together as a couple, and we were filmed for a German TV feature called When Nerds Vacation. So yes, we are geeks, and we do love to travel, which was good because we had to go back and forth across the Atlantic many times. Like I said, he had been to the U.S. many times, but I had never been to Europe, so that was my first trip there to meet his family and friends, and it was wonderful. And Wunderbar is the German word for wonderful. It's one of the 5 or so German words I know. A lot of his friends over in Germany know English really well, but there are some that don't. And there was one family that had 4 little girls that didn't know English very well, and we bridged the communication gap by drawing things together and then writing the respective German or English word next to it, and had a lot of fun. We ended up staying for dinner with that family. And as everybody took their first bite of goulash, they started saying this word, liquor, liquor, liquor. And I thought, it must be time for the adult beverages. Turns out the word liquor was actually the German word lecker, which means tasty. So they were actually complimenting the chef and not demanding alcoholic beverages. So that was a failure on my part, thinking that these words would be so similar. And then some stereotypes that failed. I thought all Germans were blonde, and mine has a long brown ponytail down his back. Mine is elegantly late, and he's also the biggest romantic sweetheart. Some stereotypes that were confirmed is that Germans are very efficient. You've heard of German engineering. And the thing that I saw as we traveled around Germany was everybody used duvets on their beds. And duvets are basically a big comforter stuffed inside of a pillowcase that fits the comforter and buttons along the side. And they're very efficient because it eliminates all the layers that we put on our beds, like the top sheet and the blankets and the quilts and the bedspreads. So really all you need is your fitted sheet on the bottom, your pillows, and your duvet. And it's recommended that you have 1 duvet per person. That way, if one person likes to snuggle up in theirs, they can. The other one can throw it off as needed, and nobody gets accused of being a blanket hog. Another stereotype that was confirmed is that Germans are very precise. One of Jochen's early visits to Fort Collins happened to be a day that I had to go to work, and he said, "What can I do to help around the house while you're gone?" And I said, "Thanks for asking. It'd be great if you would do some laundry." So he said, "Tell me precisely what kind of detergent I should use, what the water temperature should be, and the water level." And then we spent some time going through the clothes and sorting them out into the appropriate piles. And last thing I said was, remember, my bras do not go in the dryer. Just hang them over the shower curtain rod. So when I came home from work, he was proud to show me the finished laundry. And not only were my bras hanging on the shower curtain rod, they were hanging on individual hangers, clasped in the back, evenly spaced out. sorted by color, all facing the same way. So, because of his exemplary laundry skills and we got tired of the sad goodbyes, we decided to make it permanent. We got married in San Francisco, and we passed our green card interview with flying colors, and the next step for my dearest immigrant is to apply for his U.S. citizenship. So thank you, dearest immigrant out there, for being in my life, and thank you, dear audience, for letting me share my biggest passion. Thanks.